Coming into a comfortable seat at the top of our mat. Grounding down into the earth, into your mat. Long, tall spine, shoulders back and down. Big, deep breath in all the way down to the bottom of your tummy. Might be the first big, deep breath that you've taken today. And take note of how that feels in your body, in your lungs. Recognizing the three parts of the breath, the inhale, the pause, and the exhale. Giving yourself a little scan from head to toe, taking note of all the little places inside of you where you might be holding on to stress or tension or pain within your body. And on your next deep breath in, arms up into the air. Exhale, bring it down through center. Shoulders drop. Inhale up. Exhale through. One more. Inhale up. Exhale through. This one's different. We're going to inhale up. And on that exhale, let's bring the right hand to the left knee, left arm behind us, twisting open, looking over that left shoulder. Twisting from the core, twisting from the shoulders. And maybe finding a little bit of space on the exhale. Inhale, both arms up into the air. Exhale, bringing the left hand to the right knee, right arm behind us, twisting open, looking over the right shoulder. Twisting from the core, twisting from the shoulders. And maybe finding a little bit of space on the exhale. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, bring it down through center. Shoulders drop, let it go. And let's come on to our hands and our knees into a tabletop. Palms flat, fingers spread out wide, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Inhale, looking up at that big blue sky, up through the leaves of the trees. Exhale, tucking the chin, arching the spine like a beautiful Halloween cat. Inhale, looking up at the sky, lifting from the chest. Exhale, tucking the chin, arching the spine, kind of pulling your shoulder blades away from your neck. And returning back into center. Let's take a peek over the right shoulder like you had a tail back there. And let your hips kind of fall down to the right, or sorry, to the left a little bit, to the opposite side. And bring it back around into center, other side, peeking over your left shoulder. Let your hips fall down to the right. Take a big deep breath in there, little side bend, and bring it back around into center. Tucking the toes and lifting the knees up off the mat, just about 2 or 3 inches. And we're just going to move those knees wide, about mat width apart. Bringing your toes together behind you and sitting back on your heels. Wide-legged child's pose. Sliding your arms out in front of you, palms flat. This is a really engaged child's pose. Breathing into your hips. It's a big, full breath of that fresh morning air. You know, the morning air always smells a little bit different than the rest of the day, I think so. Maybe drop your forehead down onto the mat just for a breath. Grounding down into your palms. We can pull ourselves back up into the tabletop, tucking the toes underneath, lifting the hips and sending them up and back, downward facing dog. Take a moment and pedal out those knees, waking up your hamstrings, grounding down through your thumb and your forefinger. Muscles in your neck and your head, relax. Shoulder blades slide up your back. Bending one knee and making your other foot flat. And then switching out and bending the other knee and letting your other foot be flat. Looking up at your hands. Step or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale halfway, long straight spine. Exhale down to the earth. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bring it down through center. Beautiful. Shoulders drop, let it all go. All right, let's do a sun salutation. Not to bring the sun today, but to honor the sun. Inhale, rise, bring it up tall. Exhale, all the way down to the earth. Inhale, halfway, long straight spine. Exhale, hands flat, step or jump back into plank. Holding your plank just for one breath. And slowly lowering all the way down to the mat. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra, whatever you're feeling today. Tucking your toes, lifting your hips, sending them up and back. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. And we'll just take about 2 breaths here. And we'll send that right leg up, up, up into the air as high as you can. Lift it, lift it, lift it. Swinging it through, replacing the right hand with your right foot. Dropping that left knee down to the earth. Take a moment, find your balance. Inhale to rise up. Right knee directly over that right ankle. Hips are coming forward and down. Shoulders drop away from your ears. Beautiful. Let's bring those cactus arms out to the side, lifting from the chest. Big full breath. Inhale, rise, bring it up tall. Exhale, open up to the right. Right arm reaching to the back, the left arm reaching to the front. Inhale, rise, bring it up tall. Exhale to the left. Left arm reaching back, right arm reaching forward. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, both hands come down to the inside of this right foot. Take a moment, let the pose do the work for you. Hips coming forward and down, shoulders stacked on top of the wrist. Now, option, if you feel for it, you might tuck your toes behind you, that left foot, and lift that hip up into the air. If you're craving a little bit more strength, a little bit more engagement, we're going to keep the left hand flat, fingers spread out wide. Twist it open with the right. Right shoulder stacked on top of the left, palm facing away from your body. You might twist your chest open, gazing up at that hand, if that's available for you. Let's take one more breath and bring it back down into center. Tucking the toes behind and lifting the hips if they're not already, and stepping back into downward facing dog. Take a moment, take a breath. And we're going to pick up the left leg and lift it up, up, up as high as you can. Swinging it through, replacing the left hand with your left foot. Dropping that right knee down onto the earth. Take a moment, find your balance. Inhale to rise, bring it up tall. Big full breath. Let those shoulders drop away from your ears, hips coming forward and down. Cactus arms come out to the side, shoulder blades come together behind you, lifting from the chest. Little tiny back bend, you know? Now let's do a little flow. Inhale, rise, bring it up tall. Exhale, open up to the right. Right arm reaching to the back, left arm reaching to the front. Hips are still coming forward and down. Inhale, rise, bring it up tall. Exhale, open up to the left. Left arm reaching to the back, right arm reaching to the front. Don't lose that bend in your front knee. Inhale, rise. Exhale all the way down to the earth. Both hands on the inside of this left foot. Take a moment, let the pose do the work for you. Hips are still coming forward and down. And even though your hands are down on the earth, can you let your shoulders drop away from your ears? Really lengthening through the neck, kind of gazing down at the space in between your palms. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears and lengthen through the spine, lengthen through the neck. Now, option 2, tuck those right toes behind you and lift those hips up into the air if you're craving a little bit more strength, a little bit more engagement. But if you want to leave your knee down and take it easy on this beautiful Sunday morning, you can do that too. This time we're going to keep the right hand flat, fingers spread out wide, twisting open with the left, stacking that left shoulder on top of the right, palm facing away from your body. Maybe gazing up at that hand, if that's available for you. And bringing it back down to the earth. Tucking the toes behind, lifting the hips if they're not already, and stepping back into downward facing dog. Now let's shift it into plank. Drop those knees and then bring the belly all the way down to the mat. Now with your forearms flat on the mat, shoulders over your elbows, forearms flat, palms flat, fingers spread out wide. Gazing down at the space in between your hands or straight ahead, whatever feels better for your body. Lifting from the chest, backs of your feet flat on the mat. Little tiny back bend. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. No clenching. And now, Dropping your chest down onto the earth. Let's bring our hands out in front of us. Still palms flat. I'm just gonna back up a little bit here. There we go, that's better. So flat on your belly, arms out in front, palms flat behind you, feet flat behind you, backs of your feet pressed against the earth, and we're gonna lift up our feet up off the earth. And you're really gonna feel that in your thighs, in your calves. Now, drop the feet back down to the earth, and we're gonna pick up our...
Just freeze. She put her hands up.
We'll drop it back down, and we'll do the other side. Left arm, right leg. And bring it back down. Now we'll do all four, arms and legs. This is called locust. Arms come up, feet come up. And you're kind of balancing on your hip bones and your tummy. And bring it back down. Nice. That's enough for today. Let's bring those hands underneath the shoulders. Pressing down. Tucking the toes behind, lifting the hips, and stepping back into downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take a moment, take a breath. And we're going to hop into the center of our mat, into that beautiful squat. And take a moment and make any adjustments in your feet to help you find a little bit more comfort. Ooh, this is a tricky one for me today. And that's an interesting thing too, right? Like sometimes the most familiar posture, sometimes your favorite posture isn't your favorite one day, you know? All of a sudden you're just like, oh, wait a minute, why am I struggling so much with this today? And there's a lot of different reasons, just where your head is at, where your body is at physically, where you are mentally, what you're thinking about, all these different things come into play, you know? So it's always an important tenet of yoga, you know, to be where you are at any given day and to accept that, right? Like sometimes we like what we like, and sometimes we can't do what we like. Sometimes it's just not coming. Anyways, let those hips sink down to the heels. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Let your tongue drop away from the roof of your mouth, and let the muscles in your face relax. Let's take 2 more breaths. And drop the booty down onto the mat. Bringing the feet together in front of us, soul to soul. Inhale, lengthening through the spine, the neck, the crown. Exhale, forward fold. Mm-hmm. Inhale to rise, bring it back up, and let's grab those 2 peace fingers and hook them around our big toes. And lift those legs up into the air. You can have your knees as bent as you need them to be. It's all good. The main thing, you want to keep your chest lifted, keep your spine straight. Keep that breath long, and we're going to drop the feet down onto the earth. Nice. One more inhale, lengthening through the spine, the neck, the crown of your head, reaching for the sky through the leaves on the trees. Exhale, forward fold. You can reach for your toes if that feels good. You might reach in front of you with your arms flat on the earth if you feel for it. Whatever your favorite variation might be. And we'll take one more breath. Inhale to rise, bring it up tall. And crossing the legs in front. Let's just bring our hands behind us, just behind our hips, fingertips facing forward. Leaning back and lifting the chest up, 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 really bringing your shoulder blades together behind you. Kind of gazing up at the ceiling without dropping the head too far back, because that usually just crunches the neck, but just gazing up at the ceiling. And then forward fold over your legs, little counter stretch. Beautiful. Rapture here. She's very needy today. Hmm? Yeah, it's yoga time, baby. Inhale to rise, bring it back up tall. And we'll drop the right ear to the right shoulder, opening everything up on the left side. Let that left shoulder hang down, so loose, so heavy. And moving your chin around as you explore the different tensions that we carry around in there. You know, we all got them. Right, Rapture? Do cats have tension? Doesn't seem like it. And picking up the right hand and reaching across your chest, give that shoulder a little squeeze, a little love, a little tug. And bring it back into center. Give those shoulders a little roll, and we'll do the other side. Dropping the left ear to the left shoulder. It probably won't touch. That's okay. Just send it down in that direction. And we're opening up the right side. Let the right shoulder hang down. So heavy. Moving your chin around a little bit as you explore how you carry the tensions that you have in your shoulders and your upper chest and your upper back. Breathe into them. And reaching across the chest with that left hand and giving that right shoulder a little squeeze, a little love, a little tug. And bring it all back into center. Give the shoulders a roll and arms out in front, palms facing down. We're going to go right over left, above the elbows if possible. And we're going to bend those elbows, bringing the backs of your hands together. If that feels good and you want to take it a little bit further, you might twist it right up so that your palms are facing each other, but not quite. It's very difficult to get your palms. It's almost like the fingertips of your left hand are on the palm of your right. Thumbs facing your nose. Let's lift those elbows up right in front of the face. Gently pushing them away from your body while you simultaneously drop your shoulders away from your ears. And it's that movement, that really cool dual movement of pushing away and pushing down. And you're really going to feel that in your shoulders. And this is so beautiful when you've been sitting in front of your computer for too many hours, or maybe on a really long drive between the cottage and Toronto. Let's gently unwind, let it all go. Give your shoulders a nice roll, and we'll do the other side. Arms out, palms facing down. This time we'll go left over right. Bending the elbows, bringing the backs of your hands together. This might be enough. If you want to take it a little bit step further, you can wind it right up so you've got your right fingertips pressed against your left palm. Thumbs in front of your nose. Lift up your elbows until your elbows are in front of your nose, and we're going to push them away from our body while you simultaneously drop your shoulders away from your ears. Teeny tiny little movements, that push and the pull. It's not a fantastic move. It's very, very subtle. Maybe gazing down at the space in between your elbows and your chest, you might feel a beautiful sense of release in your upper back. And gently let it go. Give the shoulders a roll. Now we're going to gaze over the left shoulder. Take a big deep breath in. Exhale, tucking the chin and gently rolling down across the chest. Take your time. And if you find any tight spots, take a moment to breathe into them. Coming up the other side, big full breath in. Exhale, tucking the chin and rolling back down across your chest. Gently release. Let it all go. Inhale, both arms up, up, up into the air, palms facing each other. Hold. Let the shoulders drop away from your ears and gazing up at the sky, up through the leaves. And just take a moment to notice all the different colors. How many different shades of green? How many different shades of blue are in the sky? Palms come together. Exhale down through center. Shoulders drop away from your ears. And at the end of class, we find ourselves right where we started, back at the beginning. And these are the sacred cycles of our practice of the seasons, hello fall, and everything in between. Blessed be until next time.